Good morning. Thank you for taking just a minute to check out this week's video commentary. We've just wrapped up a sermon series that we called Next. It was a really brief but very poignant series where we looked at the idea of finding confidence in following God into the unknown. And that kind of requires us to go back and look into the past to remember His faithfulness, to trust Him in our present. And now, in our final week, we just finished this past Sunday looking at the example of Peter. And here we found Peter walking into the unknown, but his first tendency was actually to go back in responding out of fear, to regress into his past. He goes fishing again. Now, I hope that none of us can say that we have gone to the extent that Peter did, where people asked us about our faith in God and we just denied Him completely. I pray that you can never say that about yourself. But I do want us to see that much like Peter, we all have this tendency that when things get really difficult, when the pressure intensifies significantly around us in our situations, oftentimes we tend to kind of feel an overwhelming sense of weight and burden and fear, and may even regress back into our past. This is, we talked about in the sermon, it's just the idea of the person who thought they had whipped the smoking habit and then they get really, really stressed and they pick it up again. So this idea of regressive behavior it's real, and we've all done it at varying degrees. Now, my goal today is not to do two things. I don't want to re-preach the sermon from yesterday, and in fact, you can go back and watch that for yourself. I also don't want to make this a psychology lesson about regression in human behavior. I'm not a psychologist. That's not what I do. But what I do want to encourage us to do is to evaluate where we are. As a society and as a culture, definitely as a country, we are under a lot of pressure right now. Even more so you as an individual, perhaps even something that is unrelated to the pandemic or the economic stress or whatever. It could be an issue with your kids or in your marriage or whatever. It may very well be that in this moment you are facing a trial and a struggle that's overwhelming you. Or it may be a project that the list is 10 miles long and you don't even know where to begin. What I encourage you to do is in your now, rather than being so worried about tomorrow, because Matthew chapter 6 would tell us, hey, don't even worry about tomorrow. It's got enough problems to deal with. In your now, submit to the authority of God. Make sure that you acknowledge and have made Him your king. Have you put your trust in God? And if you have, each day, have you died to yourself? For me, this morning, it was in my prayer time, acknowledging His authority and declaring, God, you are my king today. You are in charge. Submit to Him in your now and resist the temptation from the devil to do what sometimes is the easy thing. Sometimes the easy thing is to do nothing. Sometimes the easy thing is to regress back into a pattern of behavior that you're familiar with, even if that pattern of behavior isn't healthy for you. Resist that temptation of the devil and instead pursue God, pursue righteousness, pursue Him every day. Pursue Him even today. That may mean pursuing Him by the songs that you sing, that the scriptures that you meditate over, that the people that you choose to have lunch with today that you know can be edifying and encouraging to you. Pursue Him today above all things. Listen, I know it's difficult when we are under pressure to trust the timing of God, but you can. He will never let you down. I want you to be encouraged today, walk in confidence today, knowing that the God who created the world has called you into a relationship with Him and wants to do things in your life that will blow your mind. Trust Him, submit to Him, pursue Him today. Listen, I love you. Thanks for taking the time to check this video out. Feel free to, again, if you missed the sermon on Sunday, you can go back and watch it on demand. You can also visit our website and get lots of information about our church, other resources and sermons that we have available that I pray are an encouragement to you in your walk after Jesus. I love you, and we'll see you soon.